How you doing today? You sick? I hope not. But most people are. And you know what the first thing is people do? The very first thing when somebody gets sick is, I caught a bug, right? I caught a bug. And the second thing they do is, who did I catch it from? Right? Am I right? The third thing is, how do I kill it? You're gonna think that, and it's gonna drive you crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy, and I'm gonna keep saying the same thing over and over. And why you're not gonna get well fast? If you got a virus, you can't even kill a virus. It's not even a living thing. So anyway, let's start with the human body. The human body is like a country. It's a country. It's got all kinds of little cities and communities all over it. It has all kinds of freeways and roads with red blood cells and white blood cells traveling up and down all through your body. The body generates its own electricity. It has its own electrical grid, and this electricity powers everything from your muscles to that supercomputer in your head. It also has its own waste disposal system, and your body, your country, has its own defense department. And how you feed your soldiers determines how well they defend you. And that's where things become kind of sad, because most people do not feed their soldiers very well. They don't treat them very well. All right, so let's start with getting sick. You can put a bunch of people in a room with a deadly disease. Many of them will die. Some of them will get very, very sick, and a few of them won't be affected at all. Why is that? And that's what this video is about. Some of you, now automatically people are going to say, well, yeah, but those few people, they're lucky. It's genetics. They've got something that I don't. It's just, they're better than me, and they're genetically better. Several Nobel Prizes have been won in the field of epigenetics. I'm going to get into that in another video. But basically, you can change your DNA. That's code. It's just ones and zeros. There's switches inside your body, and everybody has the same switches. And some of them are just in the wrong position for some people. And you can change the position of those switches, believe it or not, just by the way you think. Stress is one of the biggest killers of all. Now, before you say, that's why I'm sick, it's stress, there's a little more to it than that. It's a little more complicated, but that's one factor. Yeah, obviously, if you're in a bad relationship that's sucking your energy, or you're in a job you hate, it's going to wear you down and you're going to get sick a lot faster because of that, because of stress. But there's other things too. What kind of fuel are you putting in the tank of your vehicle, which is your body? Most of you are putting crap in there. And as you know, a car is not going to run well if you put shoe polish in the tank. And that's what most people are doing. Before I get into that, let's talk about what bacteria and viruses are. Now, back then, everybody thinks they caught a bug, right? The little creepy crawly thing that goes inside you and multiplies and it makes you sick. How does it make you sick? Do you know how or why? And what is it? Okay, there's bacteria and viruses. The first thing people do is say, well, I gotta take an antibiotic. I gotta do something that, take something to kill the thing. Kill it. A virus is not even a living thing. It's just a blob of nucleic acid with a protein coat over it. It's not a living thing. It doesn't squiggle around. It's not like bacteria. It's just DNA code. It's just little bits of DNA code. Now this is a whole nother video, I'm getting into that. It's a fascinating thing. It's like a computer virus. It cannot replicate on its own. It needs your body and your cells to do that. You feed it. What you have in your body determines what the virus does. Does it replicate? Does it start causing damage or not? Same with the bacteria, same with parasites, same with anything else. The environment you put it in determines what it does. Now this is the most important factor of all that most people don't realize, is that you didn't catch the bug. You already have them. They're everywhere. They're in the air. They're everywhere that you go. You're catching bugs. I mean, the door handles you touch, the money you touch, and you're breathing the same air that everybody else in the grocery store is breathing. You already have a million bugs in you. You've already got the cold bug. You've already got the flu bug. You've already got little few cancer cells. You've already got E. coli and salmonella and all that stuff. You've already got some of that in you. The question is it multiplying or is it dormant? Is it just asleep? And what you have inside you, the environment that you create inside your body, determines that very thing. Now, you're gonna go, well, I don't care, I just wanna kill it. Let's say, let's pick a city or a town. It's got lots of people in it. 1 million people. And then you get a few bad people that come in there, terrorists or whatever. They come in there and they start selling drugs and killing people or, doing bad things. And there's 5 of them or something. And if you wait long enough, they might have children and multiply and create more bad people. But it's a city of 1 million people and you got 5 bad ones. The typical mentality that most people have is, in relation to what their body is. Let's just nuke the whole city. Yeah, let's just burn the whole city down and we'll get those 5 bad people. Well, what about the million good people that are there? The mentality that most people have is, well, there's so many good people that there'll be some left over and they'll keep multiplying and they'll renumber them. And that's the mentality that people have. Let's just kill everything. We'll let God sort them out. There'll be more good ones left than bad ones, and that's just kind of the plan that we have with our body. Let's just nuke everything and hope that enough of our human good cells are left over that we can continue. That is the stupidest thing ever for anything. You are a biotic. You are a living thing, and antibiotics kill living things, good and bad. It doesn't care. It just kills everything. So when you take antibiotics, you're just going to start killing everything inside, and you're just hoping it's going to kill all the bad stuff, but not that much good stuff, right? That's the plan. You're also killing the gut bacteria, your probiotics. Did you know 70% of your immune system is actually in your gut? That's your probiotics. That is bacteria. Actually, you have more bacteria on you, in you, that make you up than human cells. That's a whole nother video. It's fascinating. You are more bacteria and foreign cells than human cells. Now, I know that's a creepy thought, but you are a community. You are a city. You are a country full of all different ethnicities, all different colors and races of people, bacteria, whatever it is, working together. Each one does something. You've got the fire department, the sewage department, the police, the workers, the plumbers, the electricians. They're all different types, and they're all different workers, and they do things that make you work right. And you need them. Without them, you would be dead. And by killing and nuking everything, you're killing the fire department, the police department, the electricians, the plumbers, the woodworkers, and after a while, you're wondering why you're just not functioning well, and it takes you forever to get back. That's when people get yeast problems, and they get sicker and sicker, and they just get weaker over time. They start getting more problems because you're killing the workers. You need the bacteria. You need the good guys. You're killing them. 70% of your immune system is the probiotics in your gut. And by taking antibiotics and things like that, you're killing it. And people think, well, it's just going to be like a flash thing, really fast, and then they'll grow back and everything. No, sometimes it doesn't. It takes 5 to 10 years sometimes for most of it to come back to where it was before you start using antibiotics. Some people, 15 years later, they're still having problems after doing that. So that should be the last resort. And if you have a virus, it's not going to do anything anyway. You can't kill a virus. It's not even alive. Anyway. God, just gotta What? Okay, so you have an unwanted house guest, right? Your body is your house. You've got an unwanted house guest. How do you get rid of a house guest? You could try to burn the house down. You could try to flamethrower it, right? Meanwhile, you're burning the furniture and everything else. That's not what you want. The way you get rid of a house guest is you empty the fridge and you give him nothing to live off of, and you make the environment so undesirable to be in, he just walks out on his own. It's amazing how people that do a 2-week green juice fast, not a fruit fast, fruit juice cleanse, but just do nothing but nasty, bitter green juices for 2 weeks. And then they go to the bathroom and see all these worms coming out, all these just nests of parasites coming out. Then they're alive and they're squiggly and everything. They're like, ew, I don't want to be in here. I want to go, we're looking where the feeding is better. Parasites and bacteria and unwanted guests, they're in you because you have created an environment they like. They love what you like. They like sugar, they like bread, they like that sticky, gooey, warm, the dairy products and the bread and the pastries and all that. They love that. And they hate green stuff, just like you do. They hate the green juices and the green salads and they want the cookies and the crackers and the chocolate and the bread and the pasta and the pizza and the cheese. They love that. They feed off of that. So a lot of that gut that you have is actually squealy worms. It's ugh, it's disgusting. That's parasites. And what first thing people do is I gotta kill it. I'm gonna take some parasite pills, right? I sell parasite pills, but I'm not telling you to do that. Why? Because the first thing you gotta do is just stop feeding the buggers. Stop feeding them. Even if you take something and try to kill them, that's like trying to put a fire out with water. Well, water does put out fire, but it won't if you keep pouring gasoline on the fire at the same time. The gasoline is more powerful than the water, so you're going to actually feed the fire even more. So if you keep feeding the bacteria, you keep feeding the parasites, you keep feeding the problem, it's just going to get worse, even if you're taking stuff to try to kill it. So that's why I'm saying the most important thing is to stop doing what's causing the problem, and that is feeding the problem. The same thing with cancer, the same thing with any kind of disease that you have, is you need to stop feeding it what it thrives off of. And if you create an environment that's icky, that it doesn't like, it's going to leave on its own. Now, you can't get rid of everything. It's going to leave some, like parasites, for example. When they leave, they drop eggs behind. Even if you try to kill them, as they're dying from poison, they drop eggs because they want the species to continue. Now, eggs you cannot kill. It's almost impossible to kill parasite eggs. And they can be like little time bombs. They just stay there until you start eating sugar and dairy and bread and all that stuff again. Then they go, oh, here we go, yay, party time. You can't feed them. You gotta be clean inside. You're never gonna get rid of all the bad guys. They're gonna be there sleeping, hibernating, waiting. Just waiting till you start partying again. Alcohol and sugar and bread and pastry, all that stuff. The comfort food, the cooked to death comfort food, the pot pies and the casseroles and the cheese melted over something and all that, the sugary stuff. That's what feeds things. And the scientists in a lab, when they multiply bacteria, viruses, and things in petri dishes, they use sugar water. Nothing makes things grow faster than sugar. It's like an explosion. Now, the bacteria in your gut, the good ones, the probiotics, they don't really thrive off of sugar. What they thrive off is raw plant fiber. Not cooked plant fiber, raw plant fiber. That's what they love. What likes sugar in your gut is yeast. And yeast, if you feed it too much, it overpowers the good bacteria and then, it just goes down the wrong road. Stop the fried foods. Stop choking yourself with smoking or vaping. Stop with the alcohol. Stop with everything that is making your body not function optimally and start boosting up the soldiers. Start feeding them what they thrive off of. Good, healthy things that nature intended. Not processed to death, not sugarized to death, not white flour, nothing baked in an oven. Stuff that you find in nature is what you should be eating in the form that you find it in nature. Okay, so the 4 basic steps of getting better are stop. Number 1, stop. Stop doing what causes the problem. Stop feeding the problem. Number 2, clean up the mess. Clean out your body. Clean up the mess that you created. Number 3, sterilize. Sterilize. Now, this is where you put some, you take some herbs or things that help clear out the last few remnants of the buggers. But that's not the main step because, like I said before, it's not going to do much if you keep feeding the problem and you're not clean because they love garbage. And then number 4 is you fuel your body with things that it's intended to run off of. Clean, healthy fuel. I talk about all this in an ebook called Getting Sick. So get the Getting Sick ebook. It talks about everything. It talks about colds, flu, fever, sore throat, laryngitis, tonsillitis, staph, MRSA, strep, what to do, what not to do, what to make, what to take. It's got it all in there. So get the Getting Sick ebook at marcusebooks.com, where you can also get an ebook on almost any health condition you can imagine at marcusebooks.com. Marcus with a K. And there is no such thing as a quick little medical poison thing that you take, a chemical or a drug that's going to just kill everything and then make you better and then you're okay again the next day or the next week. It doesn't work like that. Get that out of your head. And remember, a virus is not a living, squiggling little buggy thing. It's just some DNA code wrapped in a protein code. It's nucleic acid wrapped in a protein code. It's It's not a living thing. You can't kill it. It's like a code in your body that tells your body to not function right, and it actually helps a bad thing happen, just like a computer virus. So there's a difference between bacteria and viruses. And bacteria are not bad. Even what we call bad bacteria have a purpose. You know what it is? Almost all bacteria, almost all the creepy crawly things that we glue over, they serve a purpose. You know what that purpose is? They are the sanitation department. They get rid of garbage. They get rid of sick and dying things. We think of parasites and things like that as predators, right? They live off of you. They're evil. They're alien beings, and they live off you. Well, they like to eat garbage. And if your body is full of garbage, they thrive. Look at lions, look at tigers, and all these predators out there. They usually, when they go after an animal, like there's a herd, they go after the sick and the old and the dying ones. Nature has a way of keeping the herd strong, and the predators pick off the weak ones. And that's what happens in your body. That bacteria bacteria, the predators, the parasites, the worms, the bugs, the creepy crawly alien things, they live off of dead, dying cells. As a matter of fact, the father of cellular pathology, Rudolf Virchow, said, if I could live my life over again, I would devote it to proving that germs seek their natural habitat, diseased tissue, rather than being the cause of diseased tissue. Did you get that? The father of cellular pathology, the guy whose life purpose was to study germs, said after an entire lifetime of studying, he finally realized and he came to the conclusion and he going, I get it now, is that germs do not cause disease. The disease makes the germs come to you. And disease, what is the word disease? It's dis-ease. You're not at ease. That's disease. And when you're sick and dying inside, when you've got all kinds of crap and garbage and your cells are like suffocating because they can't breathe from the alcohol and the smoke and the bread and all the bad stuff, and you're creating this mucus and muck in there, well, the garbage department comes in and starts trying to clean it up. They're doing their job. And the other thing is, okay, so when you're cleaning up, right, you're cleaning up garbage like these garbage men, the bacteria, are doing, you've got a lot of garbage, okay? And your body's gonna try to get rid of it. And that's what happens when you're sick. You're sneezing, you're coughing, runny nose, runny everything, you got diarrhea, you got whatever it is. Your body's just trying to get rid of stuff. You're sweating. Your little garbage men in there, your bacteria, are feeding off this garbage you put there, and they're breaking it down, and your body tries to get rid of it. And what's the first thing people do when they get sick? They try to stop the cough. They try to stop the sneezing. They try to stop the fever, the sweating. They try to stop all the stuff that the body's trying to do to get rid of this garbage that's in your body. And what happens when you stop that? When you stop the coughing and the sneezing and the sweating and all that stuff, you're forcing the garbage to stay inside you, and it gets worse, and then you're getting really bad after that. You want to encourage the getting rid of stuff. You want to sweat. You want to cough. You want to sneeze. You want to go to the bathroom. You want to have everything just run out of you from all ends. Encourage it. Do more of it. Do enemas. Do neti pots. Drink a bunch of water. Just get it coming out of you from all ends. And what about the fever? Unless it's really bad, like an extended 103 or something like that, fever serves a purpose. The fever makes your body so hot, it makes your body burn off the bad stuff in you. If there is too much bacteria, if there is too much bad stuff, the heat burns them up. They can only live in a temperature that's very mild range there. The body is naturally going to do it anyway for you. And if you're sneezing and coughing and all that stuff, you got help your body get rid of stuff. Your body's giving you a sign. Come on, help me here. I'm trying to get rid of garbage. You know, the last thing you should do is try to stop that. The first thing people do is they try to blame someone else. I caught a bug, and it's, whose fault is it? Oh, it must be that guy. Oh yeah, that guy in the line. Yeah, I remember I was standing in line and he was coughing. That's where I caught it from. Well, yeah, maybe there was a bunch of germs that came out of his mouth into the air and you breathed it in. Okay, but you've already got germs in you. The question is, like I said, you put a bunch of people in a room with a deadly disease, a lot of them are going to die, some of them won't. Why? Because they have a strong immune system. Because they can handle just about anything. If you have a strong defense department, you can fight off just about anything. And all that fun you're having, that comfort food, that, oh, it's cold and I want some warm, gooey food to make me feel good. Cooked to death, baked to death with sugar and white flour and dairy and all that stuff in there. If your body creates phlegm and mucus, that's a sign. It's trying to like protect itself and get rid of stuff. You're eating food that is not good for you. Anyway, I don't want to lecture too much about all this because I'm sure you've heard this a million times from Marcus, making himself go blue in the face, saying the same stuff over and over and over. And about maybe 1% of your people out there actually listen and do something that sort of, Anyway, do you want to get better or not? Then you need to learn what causes it in the first place and stop blaming other people. The first thing if something happens, and this relates to everything in your life, not just your physical body, but your money situation, your relationship situation. If something sucks and doesn't work right, stop looking for someone else to blame and make yourself as strong and impenetrable as possible so you can just thrive no matter what happens, how many germs are in the air, if the economy is collapsing, if the people around you are dying, you won't. You'll be fine. So that's why I created this channel, The Healthy Life, because health is all of it. Okay. How many of you are actually going to do something different now? I don't know. Anyway, for those few of you who actually will change your life because of my efforts, congratulations. The rest of you, remember this. Down the road, when you get sick, when everything falls apart, your relationships, your money situations, your health, remember Marcus. Remember what he said and go, you were right. That guy was right. I should have listened. But they... Yeah. Oh, well, anyway, okay. That's it. Gotta go.